Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're playing some games on Tygem once again. Uh, so, what is weird about Tygem is that it's so hard to climb in terms of ranks. It's very annoying. I'm still at 3D after so many games. That's just incredible. Okay, so my opponent plays pretty influential, as we can see. It's always moves on the fifth line and a fourth line, So to deal with those, we need to play very territorial. We obviously need to grab territory, and then we look into we look at ways where we can break into his moyo later on. So the attach here. It's gonna work, but I cannot cross-cut here. Alright, so I'm gonna play out this one just to show my viewers, I guess. This cross-cut is not gonna work because he has a stone preparing here. Later on my ladder is not gonna work out. So here I'm gonna play a different variation. That is to play very simple and then just get myself the territory. Okay. I'm gonna crawl a couple times. Yeah, we're gonna crawl a third time. And then we will make use of the weakness right now, right? So always make sure that you're not scared to take a fight, because your opponent plays it was like an overplay, and yeah, and basically, there's a cutting point, so we have to go ahead and cut him off. So here he decides to peep. Does this peep work? If I connect here, he's gonna cut here 100%, and I would Atari. I need some reading here. So after some reading, I guess I will have to connect here. And now I can extend out like this. So this peep does not really do anything. If he cuts any side, I will connect on the other side. So should be pretty safe like that. And now I will just jump once to make sure my center is going to be fine. Okay, he turns here. That's a huge move. But now, if I attach, he's going to play honey, cross cut. It's complicated. But yeah, I guess that has to be done. Ooh, he decides to go for a fight. That's very aggressive. So this guy plays quite aggressively. And we will first honey here. Okay. Yeah, this guy seems to be quite strong for 3D. I was expecting an easier game, but it's not so easy. So I pretty much have to get myself out right now. Maybe my Honey Connect's a bit greedy. He connects. And then I pretty much have to connect these guys first. Yeah, my Honey Connect was probably an overplay. I didn't expect the attack to be... Well, I mean, I should have expected because black is very, very thick here. And now I might just get myself killed here. So let me first connect. Even if I know my group's gonna die, I would rather create a lot of weaknesses. Outside, right, to make use of my dead stones. That's how you should play when you're basically when your group is dead. You want to gain as much outside profit as you can. So we're gonna play like that. So basically we're gonna sacrifice this because my previous mistake here. But as we can see, first of all, I gained some stones over here. This will have influence towards my top side. And
Overtime countdown has begun.
yeah, so now I have influence towards the top side. That's some profits or compensation that I have from sacrificing these guys. And also, I'm able to enclose things on the fourth line in this area. So I'm slowly getting my compensation back with these moves. So even if it could be a game that I'm behind in this game and stuff, but that's the best way to minimize the loss, I would say. So here he decides to not play here. I'm gonna try to play very aggressive. I think he should have just played another move here, but he didn't. So now I would actually just enclose his group over here. So later on there's a liberty, there's a squeeze. I have 5 liberties over here, so that's a very good thing for me. I think this blocking on the second line was a mistake because it doesn't do anything to the life and death of this group. And now my territory is quite scary now. If this is all mine, I have enough compensation. Alright, so he decides to come out. That's expected. Before all that, I would first exchange this, just in case that, later on situation might get super extreme that I don't even have a chance to exchange that. So let's exchange that first. And now he's basically crawling here, and I can't really block because of my weaknesses, so I'm gonna fix it first. With this move, I have no more weaknesses, and now I can start attacking this group over here. He might jump out here, but doesn't have much value. And my 2 stones will have some value towards the corner. So overall, I'd say this game's still playable for me. And yeah, and we'll see what happens. This guy seems to be okay. Okay, he extends, that's expected, and we'll first play a few moves here. And then what do I play? That's a big question.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
And then I might just start playing somewhere else. I mean, why not? So yeah, because there's not much to do from the outside. So okay, so he decides to play out this one. And wow, he's a very, very aggressive player. But first of all, there's Atari here. And then what I can do is to connect here. So realize that his stones are not completely okay yet. So we'll first make sure that these guys have some problems. My corner is not completely dead yet, but what's very important is that I get this netting move. If I get this netting move, he will have to go back and fill in liberties in here. He has to be very careful because now, after this move, what's the life and death in here? So can he still kill me? Is it play this one, 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 this one? No, this is a Seki. So that means he just lost the game, I think.
Overtime countdown has begun.
My group just revived. This revived means that this group is dead and this group's also dead, right? So this is not really a Seki because of these groups are dead. So that's pretty much game over, I would say.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 2 overtimes left.
So yeah, so the problem is my opponent played a super aggressive and then it was not necessary, right? All these moves. He should have just fixed the weakness over here first. And things would have been
9,
okay for him.
8,
I'm not saying
7,
he's
6,
just fine.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So yeah, if I did not read incorrectly, this is a Seki. But Seki really means that all these got killed, right? So unless he can struggle something awful in here, but I don't really think he can. We'll see. Maybe he can. Who knows?
The last overtime. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Right. So place a wedge. It doesn't do anything. Okay, and that obviously is not gonna make himself alive. I'm just gonna take that, right? So that's just does not work at all. Maybe he has something by attaching here, but I'll just let him live the corner, right? Like at this point, if I kill both groups, there's nothing that black can do. The worst thing is that this corner might revive
9,
if I attach it to the group. Okay, that's a good time to resign. So we quickly go through this. Let's just quickly check it out. I want to focus
You
on
have been
what's
invited.
no, not now. So let's just quickly go through. Very weird opening. So very hard for me to really talk about it too much. These josei could be very challenging for my viewers because they don't really follow any patterns. It's more a freestyle way of playing, and none of this is covered in my joseki. But one thing is that you always want to go from the corner, take the territory, and then make yourself very solid. So I think this
You have
is
been invited.
okay. That gets a bit annoying. So the correct move for black to play is actually to how do I do this? Forgot again. No participant in the room. Preview. Yeah, so basically to connect here, right? This is solid. There's no cutting point here. White will extend, and then black can go ahead and play out something like that. After this exchange, black has the sente, and then he can start working on the site. That would be a more normal way of playing, but instead, that's not what was played. So instead, original, black decides to play out this one, but I think it's an overplay because white can now cut black off, and every moyo that black has here is vanished, and then yeah. So after this, here I connected, but if let's say I actually did not read what is going on, but I thought I would play out this one. So right, something like this. So if black jumps out, I can connect myself or something. Yeah, I can just connect myself like this, right? If you take, I can just get myself out like this, and then I just sacrifice these two guys. I think that's okay. That's what I had in mind, but maybe not the best. I don't know. This is a bit beyond what my level is right now. So instead, black decides to pull back, which means this peep did not do anything. And then he gets out. Very nice move. But I would have actually played more aggressive like this, right? So that would be a lot better, I think. But doesn't matter. This one is fine. I jump out, and then I attached. We went in for a fight. That's very aggressive, but I don't think was necessary. I extended. He just kept pushing. I should have probably hunted, right? Like, and play like this. This could have been better, or even just extend out. This is also fine. The ladder is working for me now. And if you place this one, I think I can just play like this, no problem. I don't know why I was so concerned with this honey connect. It's big, but I think the outside is my safety is more important right now. So anyway, in the game, I probably made a mistake by playing the honey connect, and now I'm under a lot of pressure, and I of course don't want to. I don't want to play this one, but I probably should have. Because I can just push out like this. I'm not too sure. Instead, I played this weird looking fancy move that does not work very well. He just attached, and if basically if I cut, this would be a problem for me. So anyway, so at this point I pretty much had to sacrifice. Actually, so I think I did okay here. So I connected, and then before you sacrifice, make sure you get everything, right? This Atari, and then we make use of our dead stones by cutting here. So after this, he jumped. Everything seems to be fine, but black has several problems, right? Like these two are having short liberties, and this later on I can connect here and cause problems for these guys. So at this point, it's probably a bad game for me, but it's not that bad, right? I have a lot of ways to make use of dead stones. So, okay, played out some variations. I really like my tiger's mouth because if I keep playing, because if I keep extending, it doesn't do much, right? Like he can just like keep playing, and then there's always a wedge here. So why not just fix my weakness to start with? Very nice move, and then I can start attacking this direction, which is the direction I want to go for. And at this point, I think black could be a little bit behind, mostly because of this weird blocking move. The reason being that this group is not having life and death problems because these guys are dead, right? So it means all these are connected. So I'm not too sure why black spends a move here. After I hop in here, I was already aiming at these connects. And then black played very unnecessarily aggressive. Maybe here should have just play a move that not only guards this side but also putting pressure, right? Like probably this is a more rational way of playing, not too sure. Or maybe even just spend a move to fix like this, and you know, this is still fine for black. So yeah, and then after that, pretty much I managed to kill everything. So okay, let's see what happened. And then this move is especially not necessary, and I connected, and then he plays this one. I played this one. He should definitely have realized that how dangerous the situation was, and then play out this one. And I can play this one. And something like this, or maybe I have a Tsuji here that is to play like this. So that would be a hard game for black actually, because these guys are really the 5 liberties they have are really shining, because black pretty much have to go back one by one to capture all these. So that would be a leading game for white because black didn't gain anything. Instead, black has chosen a faster way to die. At this point, there's already no way back. If you play this one, this loss is too big, right? Like I can not to say I can play this, and then this is pretty much killed in here. Black has 4, I have 5, so that's not going to work. So at this point, that's game over, because as we have seen, this is you know, a Seki, and then black, everything is dead because I can kill these first, and then these
You
guys
have been
automatically
invited.
die. All right, so let's go for another game, and let's see how we do. Hopefully, you guys learned something from the why did he refuse my request? But anyway, I'll quit this one. Okay, and then he refused, and I'll quit this one. Okay. All right, let's just quickly find another match for you guys to learn something. So we'll go for another another game against a 3D and see
The game has started.
what we can learn from. Ooh, I'm playing as white. Okay. Okay, let's play out the most legit moves. Okay, so this used to be a very strong Fuseki as well, but now we're just gonna approach from the outside. It's always it's always a very legit way of playing. Um, in here, I would extend down. Yeah, here I would go ahead and extend onto the second line. That's very interesting, Joseki. I think it's really aiming at making sure that there's a leak over here. So this push was a bad move. I'll explain why in a bit. Um, Here I would just connect it. So I'm happy with my corner result because of this push. It was so not necessary. And now we can. I really want to make use of this weakness. But it's not necessary. If I play this one, he cuts. I go here. He will play the small knight. I think it's worth it. I'll just come out here. So you see, in both of my games, I was very sensitive to my opponent's weakness. Well, that's because you need to make use of your opponent's weakness. This fight, it's attacking these guys, but also it's making an invasion into Black's Moyo. So that is the key. The key objective is actually not to kill these, but to actually reduce what Black has here. So now, first of all, we need to keep putting pressure onto our opponent. And now he decides to jump out. Can we? And now I'm gonna play a very slippery move, right? It looks like our two stones are in danger, but then we're saying, hey, do you want to capture me at here or something to basically sacrifice this way these two guys in a very flexible way. Um, I really like his move here. I did not think about something this creative from him. And then he plays another creative move. Man, this guy is very, very creative. I need to be more or less careful about it. So we'll first settle our group here. Regardless how fancy he plays, we need to first claim the territory. Okay. And then he obviously did not allow me to claim all that. I should have probably connected on the third line instead. Yeah. If I connected on third line, could have been better. So now I need to absolutely run. And my two stones are automatic dead. So I don't quite like this outcome. But we'll first capture this guy, right? With this Incente. So, okay, now I'm going to get out. He should have just taken it. And then let me capture that stone. That was a mistake. He should have totally get this. I don't need to fight this kill. I just connect, and this is excellent for me. And now I can honey here. Yeah, I think I'll honey here. If I just keep pushing, that's also interesting. But then he's just gonna cap me on the fourth line. So let's honey. Make sure that these guys are in a very dangerous situation. even if he can Atari twice, that's not a problem. Okay, so now we will fix that. Or should we? No, I don't need to exchange that. So I just happily connect, and then I am doing pretty well. Because my group is completely settled. These two guys are dead. And now I can make use of this group that is not alive. So that would be a very pleasant game for me. Okay. So he has to jump out, otherwise I have a Kosumi to seal everything. And now we can put pressure onto Black's group. I should have just jumped, I think. Nah, he can just cut me. Okay, so oh, that's very annoying. Okay, that was a mistake. I should have just jumped without the cutting point. So for no reason I did that. So all right, let's just stay calm and keep going with this. And let's just keep the attack going. You see, I really want to play big moves outside, but what is more important is the opponent's insecurity, right? I can't just settle for, like protecting a corner or something like that. That doesn't make sense. We'll keep attacking. That's how we keep the initiatives. I'm just gonna drag everything out this way. Now he plays the Kosumi, slow down a little bit, and now we can probably I want to add a move here to expand this area, as that's eventually what I want to work on, but I don't know where. That's a problem. Maybe just a very calm move like this. If he tries to connect here, whoa, okay. Well, we need to separate first, regardless what's going on. And then we'll see what happens.
Overtime countdown has begun.
Okay, we'll just push out. Okay, he decides to cut me off as well. Okay, so this jump is the shape move. If I just extend, there's a lot of weaknesses. He can peep first and then just cut me off, right? So this jump, instead of extending, is a very nice way to defend. So look like that's gonna be a Liberty fight. That's gonna be a Liberty fight down there. I have to be careful. I can't play the Tiger's Mouth because he can just Atari.
9, 8,
and then this disappeared.
7,
So
6,
absolutely
5.
I have to connect here. Right, I almost played Tiger's Mouth, but you need to read things out in your game. Make sure you don't make mistakes like that. So I'll show you guys later what I mean. If I made a Tiger's Mouth, I would be in more trouble. But now I'm just fine because this group is alive. All what I need to work on is how to kill these guys, right? Because my group is totally alive with this Atari and Sente. So he decides to keep blocking. I'm saying I'm alive, but I have to verify. If he attach, I will play this one. This one. Okay, so I'm not completely alive. Let's make this first. Okay, am I alive? So he plays this one. I connect. This one, connect, and then this one. I'm totally not going to be alive right now. But when he plays this one, do I have something? If I play this one, he's going to push. So no. The answer is I need to
9,
play another move.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I would not connect here. I would rather extend to destroy any ice space that black has over here. So that's a better way for me to basically make myself alive, right? Not only makes myself alive, but also destroys black's ice space. Okay. This one I think I will... This is a hard move to defend, so let me just maybe defend like that. I think I have no choice but to let him live. This attach is not going to work because he can push. If I defend like this, he's going to push again and I'm collapsing. So it's better for me to not collapse right now. Let's just defend and let him live. Really have no... And I need to watch my weakness over here, so I'm going to play an extra move.
Overtime countdown has begun.
To make sure that I am okay. So overall, I think white is okay. There's some territory over here. There's some potential over here. There's a corner. There's a side. So my position is totally fine. And I think white should be leading here. And black always has this
9,
dragon.
8,
This
7,
dragon is
6,
always
5, 4,
not completely
3.
alive. So later on I can make use of black's insecurity over here. And yeah, very important for me to separate these. So this group needs to be immediately treated, and then if I get it in close here, if I get it in close, then there's... Let's first defend the ice space here. This is a common shape. We honey and we bump into black. And then we can further destroy the shape by playing this honey. Except this is going to be a gote though. But it's okay. I'm just getting rid of black's eye shape. He can defend like this to um, okay, to basically. I don't like his move here because it strengthens whatever I have. And now he goes into 3-3. Okay, that's fine. Just defend like that. And now I have a couple choices. Maybe this one. The only reason I'm playing weird over here as white is because black has a very insecure group over here. So black has all these to worry about. In the meantime, this corner also needs another move. So it's a good way to keep my opponent busy. And of course, this is not going to work because when he pushes, I can Atari and fix everything. So he decides to fix that instead, and I will fix my problem. And after this exchange, black needs to do something in the corner. Otherwise, this Hane is be very serious. So yeah, so that's the ooh. Okay. This tiger's mouth is making no sense. He should have just played simple and made himself alive. I don't know why he played that, but now I have plenty of co-threats over here, so very pleasant game for me. Alright, so
nine, 8, 7, 6, 5.
okay, I'm just gonna play simple and then call it a day. I will sacrifice these guys and then yeah, just play very simple here. Well, actually, how does he kill me? I didn't even understand that. So we're gonna squeeze and then we'll see how he does that. He connects here, I can Atari. So these guys are dead, right? If you connect here, I will Atari here. So make sure you don't throw in the wrong direction, and you should be fine. So that's pretty much game over. Okay, so let's quickly see what happens. But what is going on? So okay, let's go back a couple moves. So it turns out this cut is not necessarily a co-threat because after this, yeah, I'm not sure if he has anything here. Yeah, because I have 4 liberties and black has 3, right? So these are exchanged, and then he calls to me, but is there anything else he can do? This one, I can play this one. So yeah, there's nothing. It wasn't a cold threat even, because white has 4 liberties. All right, let's quickly go back to the beginning, just for my viewers to learn something in the beginning. So let's see. So we have this one, right? I'm facing a very strong Fuseki, but always be very calm, and then take territory first. Extend onto the second line. This push is a terrible move because later on, um, right? Like if any time black gets this, white is still not alive. But by pushing, I don't have any problem. My corner is completely safe. After this, I decide to Hane, right? It could look like a overplay, but it's actually the correct play because it creates insecurity for black. Black cuts, and then play this one. I play this one, gain some profits here, and then played some very creative moves. I probably should have just connected here, but I'm not extremely sure though. Like, this could be an interesting outcome for white, so I think I should be fine like this, right? So I can just start working like this. So that's also an interesting choice. In the game, I decided to play like that, and then I think the game losing move is really for black. If black took here, it would take me a long time to win this game because my group is still not completely alive. Later on, there's stuff like that, and I have to run. And then this is all pretty much territory, and black is just fine, right? Black has this plus this. And plus my insecure group. I'm not even sure if I'm ahead, so very, very, very difficult game moving on for white. Well, or it's not easy to win. That's what I'm saying. So I think I'll end my review here. It's been a long video, but I just want to show you the most important things that that is for you to always, for a lot of times we would just like be very reluctant to actually do anything here. But if we allow that, black will start playing moves, right? Let's say black start playing moves like this. And eventually you'll never get a time to play this because it becomes even more and more difficult. So if you want to exploit your opponent's weakness, do it right now, right? Like why, I can understand why my viewers would be afraid to play moves like this. It's because, oh no, because I have my group and this group is not, settled. And it's true that, it's nice to have safety, but a lot of times, how you're going to deal with this moyo is by creating weaknesses. You see later on, when black jumped here, I didn't go ahead and just play this because after this, now this becomes a real problem. Instead, I said, I cut, I drag out, and then I thought very flexibly and I decide to directly go for what's important, right? I'm being very, very flexible, very slippery, and that's how you improve in a game of Go, is by thinking very flexibly. See, now it's very difficult for black to deal with. If you play this one, these two stones are still supporting my invasion, right? So if black is not careful, right? Like let's say, if this just keeps going, check what your group is in trouble, right? Like so my group has value, but in case you want, oh, what if my opponent plays this one? Well, the answer is that you can just start playing somewhere else. What's the worst thing that can happen if you lose these two? It's just these area that you lost, right? It's about 15 points, right, max. And then look at how much black already invested, right? All these stones for these guys, it's not a big deal, right? We got a corner, we got stuff here, we got another corner, and we got initiative over here. Nothing to worry about. So this is the key point that I want you guys to remember, is that when you have a weakness like this, always go ahead and exploit it. Uh, you were worried about these guys getting killed, well, just sacrifice them in that case, right? I decided to not play these kind of moves, because if you play these kind of moves, that's really a problem now, right? These guys really cannot die, and you have to run. Okay, that's just that is really bad, right? Black can attack the way he wants. He can work on this side. He already has this side. What are you doing here, right? Like, lots of problems, right? Like, you always have to run. But check how I thought flexibly. I decide to invade here. That's giving black a headache, because you play this one, no problem. After this kind of moves, or even this kind of moves, let me just play a game here, right? Like, if this happens, you see how I'm already alive pretty much. I can just, I can just even make myself alive. Okay, Black's Moyo is gone. Anything that he had in mind to develop here is gone, and these guys are not completely captured. I can still Kosumi. So maybe my second line move was really bad. Maybe I can just threaten this, and then maybe I'm already alive and I can start playing somewhere else, right? So these kind of moves are not gonna work. So white is already alive. Destroy the Moyo Incente, making sure that black spends tons of stones for these two guys, and now get initiative. Pleasant game for black moving on. That's why I really like black's response. That was this one, right? It's trying to kill my two stones in a bigger way. So I still cannot do anything like this, right? Because that's just very miserable now. So in the game, I played very correctly, and I decided to play elsewhere, and that's how you should have played. So hopefully you guys learned something. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys next time.